get treat like movie star. Drink champagne and eat caviar. When she a moving an expensive car, Benz, Lexus and Jaguar. Yeah man, this is Pump Stand straight out of Antigua. Bigging up Lady Leo. You hear?
And now it's time for the Lady Leo with the Community Information Show. Hey, this is information for everyone.
Yes, yes. Greetings, greetings. Greetings, one and all. Greetings, north, east, south, and west of the world. Have you had a wonderful day? You're in tune to blessradio.org, and this is the Community Information Show, and your host is Lady Leo. That's myself. Want to say a warm good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are, whatever end of the world that you're in. Want to say hi to you, how you doing, and thanks for your listening ears. Before we go any further, we're going to give thanks and praises to the Most High. We're also going to give thanks to the Most High for health, strength, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, the love that you have lavished onto us, everything, you know, all round. And then we want to give thanks to the engineers and the management for putting all this equipment together, as I say every week, so that I can speak to you and you can hear me, or speak to me if you would like to interact with the Community Information Show. We also want to say a warm good evening and thank you to the one and only Ragga D for your hours. I think it's 4 hours there of musical entertainment, and entertainment it sure is. Entertaining it sure is. Yeah, it's the last show for both of us for 2018. The last, we're coming to the end of the show, and I mean end of the year, and it's our last show.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? Coming to the end of the year, did you achieve any of your goals and aspirations for 2018?
Boy, all I know, I got older.
Did we all? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's moving a bit quickly.
Too quickly for you, yeah?
You know what I mean? But we're dreaming of eating more food as usual.
So overall, the year 2018, how has it been for you?
It's been nice and doing different things this year and working with customers and all these things.
So you can build on that for next year, isn't it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they, well, where I'm working, they give me a uniform now. So
wonderful.
You know what I mean?
So you're the man. Yes.
Yes, it.
So I'm not, after today, I won't see you till next year. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 2019 is fast approaching. I think we're just 3 days away from. Is it 4 days away from 2000? 29th, 30th, 31, 32, 31. 3 days away. Yeah, 3 days. Yeah, away from 2019. Yes.
you forget
I know. You've got to remember that, because remember at the beginning of the year we all tend to still write 2018, that sort of like transition period, but we've got to remember it's 2019 that we're going to be here.
But some people still forget what we sometimes they're still way back, you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean, and all these things. So don't worry, I'll be still at the Children Culture Club.
Yes, thank you.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I know I'm a big kid, but you know.
Yes. So, and for those of you who miss DJ Cameo, we missed her too. Yeah, we missed her too, because normally she's sandwiches in between us and we don't get a chance to have this interaction. So it is.
Sometimes I do stick around in the studio to annoy you.
Yes, he does. You know, he actually waits 2 hours of the sits down, waits in DJ Cameo show just to see me come through the door. That is wonderful, and thank you for that. You know.
And then sometimes when all of you are not here, I'm here.
That's good.
From all 1 o'clock to 8 or 10 o'clock.
All of you? You mean me and DJ Cameo?
Yeah.
About all of you.
Sometimes it could be sister. I've done the marathon show already, you know. So
yes, you have. And
I'm waiting for you lot to do it.
And I think about 3 times you've sat in for me this year. So I want to say a public thank you. I normally say anyway, but as he's here and he's on the mic today, so thank you. That's that's Ragga D. That's our lovely Ragga D. Ever faithful, ever sure, Ragga D. Yeah.
All right. Then.
Right. Okay. Well, you go safely, and like I said, your listeners will be hearing from you next year.
Had you been telling me it's warm out there? I don't know what part of the warm you was in.
Warm. I said a warm good evening, not a warm. I didn't say it is warm. I'm saying that's greetings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's cold out there.
Yeah. You got go home. He's gone. Yeah, so that's our very own Ragga D there on blessradio.org. Today, as you know, it's the end of the year, and I'm going to open up the phone lines to anybody who wants to call in, and I would like to hear from you. How has 2018 been for you in terms of nation building? Because remember, I'm onto this nation building tip, and what plans have you got, if you've got any, for nation building in 2019? Can anybody support you in this? Let us know. The telephone number to ring into the studio, if you want to, is 07944 431 366. That's 07944 431 366. And for those of you who for those of you who this young man is really distracting me, shall I say? Yeah. You don't need it. Anyway, so that's the telephone number. If you just want to tell us in terms of nation building, how has 2018 been for you, and what plans do you have for 2019? And is it a plan for you personally, or is it a plan in terms of the community? That would be lovely to hear from you. Once again, the telephone number is 07944 431 366. For those of you who have Kwanzaa celebrations, because we know there's quite a few Kwanzaa celebrations still being on. We've got at least 4 more left in England, to my knowledge. If you've got a Kwanzaa celebration and you would like people to know about it, you can also ring in on the same number, 07944 431 366, and that would be lovely to hear from you as well. So without further ado, I'm just going to share the information that we have got. You know what? Before I go into the, it's a community information show, so we can talk about more or less whatever we want to talk about, basically. And one of the things I want to talk about is this or mention is this drone business. Now, as you know, they're now saying that the police are now saying that they don't think that there was a drone. So what was it that we think could have happened to close down the whole of Gatwick Airport and disrupt so many flights and so many passengers leaving for a couple of days to go all around the world? You know, what could it have been? I was wondering to myself, could it have been that they didn't have enough fuel in the airport? They'd run out of fuel and didn't want to say. You know, what could it have been? You know, because like I said, they're now saying that there wasn't any drone. There's no evidence of a drone. Nobody saw a drone, and they can't even find the person who said that they saw a drone. So what was that about? You know, we've also heard reports how a poor man and woman were, because they had a drone and they lived in the area and they're known to have a small helicopter, that they were arrested, you know, and held for over 36 hours. And the sad thing about it was that the man was even at work when the time of the drone was flying up and down. And he has his boss and everybody to verify where he was at the time that the drone was supposed to have been spotted. So it would be nice and interesting to find out how this pans out and what implications this has for drone flyers from now on, because lots of people are buying drones these days, and they're now talking about having some sort of national database for people that has to register their drones. So these are all things that, you know, you might think, oh, what has this got to do with the community? But some of our people have drones, you know. Some of our own brothers and sisters have drones. So yes, it has something to do with us, because if they have to be on a register their drone, you know, could they get their doors kicked off if the drone's flying in their area and, you know, people think it's suspicious? Do you understand? So these are things that came up for me looking at what happened. What you know, what did happen? And is there some sort of cover up? Is there some sort of covert action was taken around that time that disrupted and delayed so many flights, letting people have to then drive all the way to the Midlands and various other places just to get a plane to go somewhere? A lot of you may have to, you know, claim back your lost days for your trips, because you still had to come back on the same date that your flight was scheduled to come back on. So you've lost 1 day, 2 days and things like that. So these are some of the things that went in my mind. I thought I would share it with you right here on blessradio.org on the community information show. Yeah. Oh, so just to let you know that we are in the festive season, or the commemorative season, shall I say. Some of you would have been jolly around the 25th for Christmas. Some of you celebrate Hanukkah. Some of you celebrate Kwanzaa. And Kwanzaa, as you know, I've been telling you for the past 2 weeks what Kwanzaa is all about, in terms of it's a cultural celebration that spans over 7 days and has 7 fundamental principles, which are Ujima, Kujukukulia, Umoja, Kujukukulia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, and Imani. Those are the Swahili words, and I will be telling you a little bit more about that. To my knowledge, I have 4 more actually, 4 more celebrations that I can share with you in relation to what is going on, and where you can go and celebrate with the African family on tomorrow and onwards. So I can give you that right now for those of you who are wondering, where can I go and celebrate tomorrow for the Kwanzaa festival? Sorry, get a bit tongue-tied here. We have the Africa Bantu Saturday School. That's the Africa Bantu Saturday School. And that's over in the South London area, and I'll give you more information, which is Saturday the 26th of December 2018. It starts at 4 p.m. And I've been told that from the word go, The children are going to be taking it all. It's all about the children. You remember Kwanzaa means first fruit of the harvest. And as I said to you before, the first fruits are symbolic of the children. So this is going to be held at St. Martin's Community Centre, Abbots Park, St. Martin's Estate, Upper Tulse Hill, SW23PW for the sat-navers out there in the community. Just to give you some information about what will be taking place over the taking place on the day. We have, it says we're going to have performances. There's going to be African Cultural Market, and there's going to be a prize for the best dressed person under the age of 16 and under. There's going to be healthy African food and drink on sale from Clement's Kitchen, which is a high quality cuisine. Dynamic performances from Africa Bantu Saturday School, Al Kabelan Academy of Excellence, and cultural entertainment from our best performers. The best performers, you know. The adults £5, children under 21 is free. There's going to be also talks by the Global African Congress, Twilight Bay, Stop the Killing, African World Federation, Dr. Abu Ratata, Reparations March Committee, Brother Mbandaka, Al Kabelan Revivalist Movement, Student Minister Abdul Hakim Mohammed, and also he's also the European representative of the Nation of Islam and the 9 Ministries Action Plan. So those are some of the things that's going to be taking place at the Africa Bantu Saturday Schools Kwanzaa, which is going to be tomorrow from 4 p.m. So do come down, do come and support, do come and see what Kwanzaa is all about, and do come and see if that's something you're interested in. All right. What I want to do for you as well, I'm going to give you some Kwanzaa tunes, because it's very rare that we do hear Kwanzaa tunes on the radio. So that's something that I can share with you today. I'm going to kick off with this one. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to kick off with this one, because you might like this one just as well as myself. Here we go. It's coming. For some odd reason, it doesn't want to come up. Oh.
Umoja means unity. We should strive to keep it in our families and the nation. And race. So light the candle for Kwanzaa. Chakulia means define ourselves and who we want to be. 'Cause I gotta be me. So light the candle for Kwanzaa. The 7 days of Kwanzaa and the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Ujima, collective work and responsibility, solving all our problems just as one community. Yeah, yeah. So light the candle for Kwanzaa. Yeah. And me means to stores and shops galore and sharing all the profiting. Oh, yeah. So light the candle for Kwanzaa. And me the 7 days of Kwanzaa and the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. His purpose, the womb, the creativity. Imani is the faith, and with that you can do anything. Brothers and sisters, it's all for you. 7 principles to pull you through. The 7 principles of Kwanzaa. And it's all for you. Said it's all for you. It's Kwanzaa.
Oh dear me. Yes, that was a lovely Kwanzaa tune there, and I'm going to just tell you who it was so you'll know who it was. That was William Scott, aka Doza Farah, the Kwanzaa song. Okay, so if you're looking for that, those kind of tunes, it's just type in Kwanzaa and type in William Scott and you will hear that lovely tune, and that one's called the Kwanzaa song. Yeah, it's all about Kwanzaa. 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Shall I tell you what the 7 principles are? And I'll tell you what they are already, but I'll tell you what the meanings are, so that you will know and know why I'm so excited, because this is lovely. And you know what? For those of you who are Christians and things like that, you know, this doesn't contradict anything. This is all about how we're supposed to be living. It's all about unity. So there's no contradiction in terms of how we should be living our lives. So we can all do that, one and all. It doesn't really matter whatever your religious faith is. If your you know, religious faith is telling you how to live, it won't contradict that. I was just trying to find something here for you, and for some reason I can't even locate it. But you know what? I'm going to keep persevering. I did have it, and I'm trying to find a very easy one with the page of all of them on, rather than going through all of them individually. But you know what? Never mind, because there's more than one way to do things. So we're going to... I still got, yes, he's still here sitting behind me, you know, making sure that everything is, as he says it, guanin, you know what I mean? But anyway, here we go. Let me just do it this way, because what I'm looking for isn't coming up. I'm going to find it and say, oh, there it is. Anyway, so the first principle is each day has a principle, and it starts from the 26th of December. So I'm going to just read it the whole lot. Yeah. So just so you're aware of what the principles are. The first day is 26th of December, as I said before, and that is Umoja. Umoja's Kiswahili. And that means unity, and that means to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. The second day is the 27th of December, which is Kujukukulia, and that stands for self-determination, and that is to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Don't let nobody else speak for you, because you know they can't represent you as much as you can. The third day, which is the 28th of December, which is today, is collective work and responsibility, and they call that Ujima, yeah? And that's to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, and to solve them together, yeah? Whoops. The fourth day is Ujama, yeah? Cooperative economics. And that we'll celebrate tomorrow, which is the 29th of December. And that is to build and maintain our own stores, shops and other businesses, and to profit from them together. No individualistic thing here. The 5th day is Nia, which means purpose. We've all got a purpose. We've got to find our purpose and do our purpose. So the 5th day is Nia, as I said before. That's the 30th of December. And that's to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Yeah, that traditional greatness. The 6th day is Kuumba, and that stands for creativity, celebrated on the 31st of December. To do always as much as we can, in the way we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we came, than when we inherited it, yeah? And the last day is the 7th day, which is Imani, standing for faith. We celebrate that on the 1st of January. To believe with all our hearts and in our, to believe with all our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Now, remember earlier on I was saying it doesn't contradict any of your religious beliefs or anything like that, and that's exactly what I meant, because all that, if anything, it comes out of your religious beliefs. So anybody, as long as you're an African, you know, melanated African, you could be celebrated. This is your celebration. A lot of people say to me, but it's a brand new celebration. It's only been going since 1966. No. In its present form, it was created in 1966, but it's based on old traditions that go back way back when, you know, from creation. That's what we were doing. We were making our own clothes. We had our own shops. We had our own everything. We did that. So what it's about is getting back to that. So don't let nobody fool you and tell you, oh, you shouldn't celebrate it because it's something new that somebody made up. No, all Malana Karenga done was just bring it back together and in a package. Do you understand? So so it's concentrated and you can see exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This ain't nothing different from what you're supposed to be doing when it comes to nation building. I remember this show's all about nation building. It's all about how we can come together and strengthen ourselves and get back to our glory. Yeah? Get back to our rightful place. You know the world is shifting. You must can feel it. You must can see it when you look around and hear what's going on. Yeah? So that's what Kwanzaa is about. Getting back to who you are, where you're supposed to be. So don't let anybody fool you and say, oh, it's something new, you shouldn't be celebrating it because it's something new and this man made it up and that man made it. No. You say to them, when they say it to you, you say, well, what are the principles of Kwanzaa that I should not be following? Okay? And let them tell you. And when they tell you what I've just told you, say, well, how can that be new when we've been doing that, you know, before other people come and interfere with us? That's exactly what we were doing. You can see that by knowing about the Mali Empire and all those great empires that we had before. That's how we lived. That's how we were. And that's where we need to get back to. And that is all that Kwanzaa is, in my opinion, is to just remind us to get back. Get back to who we are. Not go backwards, just get back. Yeah? So we can think about the future. Because all it is it reminds you of the bird. Remember the Sankofa bird? Remembering where you're from and planning for your future. Yeah? That's what it's all about. That's what Kwanzaa is about for me. Anyway. So once again, it is celebrated over a 7-day period. Beginning on the 26th. Ending on the 1st of January. And there's 7 candles. Each night you light a candle. So that's what it is for me, yeah. I'm going to play you another tune because these tunes are quite nice. So let me, here it is. I'm going to play you this one. This one is a lovely young lady. This one's called, it's got the same title, a Kwanzaa song. But this is a woman singing this time. So you can take this one in and hear it, yeah? Here we go.
Come on, celebrate and rejoice. It's Kwanzaa, spreading unity in our families and communities. It's Kwanzaa, because the legacy makes us so strong. Yeah. So let us come together to celebrate this season of Kwanzaa. It is Kwanzaa. It's time to celebrate and Nguzo Saba. Come so far, remembering all of those who came before us on Kwanzaa, from Rosa to Malcolm to Dr. King and Turner, yeah, from Du Bois to Ashanti Wall, we honor you on Kwanzaa. It is Kwanzaa, it is Kwanzaa, yeah. It's time to celebrate. So Saba, on this day we got Umoja.
Me. Oh dear me. Talk about distraction. I was showing Ragga D some pictures of the Kwanzaa table, and we were talking about the fruits, how the fruits did look nice on the table. Now, just to talk about Kwanzaa a bit more, those of you who have got your kinaras, I'm going to just talk to you about how you light your kinara. Now, on the first day, which is the 26th, you're supposed to light the middle black candle, yeah? And then on the 27th, you light the outer. Let me just talk to you how you place your candles. What you do is you're meant to place 3 red to the left. In the middle, you place your black, and on the other right hand side you place your 3 green. Yeah. So on the 26th, the evening of the 26th, you light your black candle, which is in the middle. And then on the 27th, you do the outer red candle. On the 28th, you do the outer green candle. On the 29th, you do the middle red candle. And on the third, where did I get to? No. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting my dates mixed up. But hold on, let me get back to you. Right, 26 is the black candle. 27th, you do the outer red candle. 28th, you do the outer green. 29th, you do the middle red. 30th, you do the middle green. 31st, you do the last red candle that's standing. And on the 1st, you do the last green candle. That's how you're supposed to light the candle. It's actually called Mashuma Saba on the Kinara. All right. I'll say that again for you. Some of you might have done it wrong. Don't worry if you've done it wrong, because it's all a learning curve. We all learn, yeah? You can always swap them over and get it right. So by tonight, you should have had the black candle lit and the 2 outer candles lit. Yeah? The 2 outer ones, a red one and a green one. So once again, on the 26th, you light the middle black. 27th, the outer red. 28th, the outer green. 29th, which is tomorrow, the middle red. The 30th, the middle green. The 31st, the last standing inner red. And the 1st, the last standing inner green. Did you get that, Ragga D?
Is that after the countdown, yeah?
After what countdown?
You know the New Year's countdown when the you burn.
No, which one? Because by then that's the first.
Yeah.
You should have, after the countdown, because it's the next day.
Yeah,
it's the next day, yeah.
So
Because you normally do it the evening of each of the days, yeah. So that's how you light the Kinara. I mean, sorry, the candles on the Kinara. I keep calling it candles, but the right name is Mashuma Saba, yeah. So that's the right how you spell it. It's spelled MISHUMAA, Mashuma Saba, SABA. That stands for the 7 candles, yeah. And as you know, let me put the mic on because he's here and I like interaction. So, what do you think? You can use the mic. What do you think the red, black, and green candles represent? What are they for? Why would we use the red candles? Do you know the Pan-African colours?
No.
You don't? Marcus Garvey colours? You do know them. Come on.
I do know them, but it's going to take a while to come to me. It will come to me in a minute. It's going to come to me in a minute, but...
So it'll be red, black, and green.
Yeah.
And the red, in terms of the Pan-African colours, the red stands for the blood, the green is for the land, and the black is for the people. So more or less that's what it is. However, we go one step further when it comes to Kwanzaa. The red candles are for the ancient and beautiful struggle for the good.
Yep.
The black, as you know, is for the people, will always be for the people.
Cool.
And for the green is for hope, promise, and the future. That's why, you know, there's always a purpose as to why things are done. We don't just pick any colours and run with any colours, and you know, because there's lots of different colour candles that one can get, but everything's uniformed. Everything means something, you know, and when it talks about naming ourselves and defining ourselves, these are things that we got to think about. Because you know what, I come across lots of people's organizations, and as this is a community show, I'll share this. And when I look at names of some of the organizations. I can understand it in the past, but today you might have somebody, a year ago, thought of setting up something, and they might call it Afro-Caribbean, and I struggle with things like that. I want to know why people would give themselves such a name, because an afro is a hairstyle, to my knowledge. Yep. It's not a people, so if you're going to come correct, say African. Now, don't get me wrong, those in the 50s and 60s, I can understand that because we didn't know any better. But now we know better, and we can think about how we do better now that we know better. It's like sometimes I do hear the names that some people might name their child, and I'm thinking, why would you give your child a name like that? Something that they got to carry through for life, Think about how we name things. Think about what meanings we're giving things. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion is, well, when you have certain names, some people make the fun
of it.
Yeah. And it's not good when you have certain names. But
I can understand, like, for instance, when I was growing up, there's a lot of names that had good meanings, but they sound funny. I can understand that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, for instance, I don't want to go, the thing that's coming into my head now, and I don't want to disrespect the person who calls themselves that, but you might have there's a DJ called DJ Killer, and I'm wondering, why would you name yourself something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? Thinking about your name, something that you might. Well, I remember, I never forget one time we watched a film in the Children's Cultural Film Club. It was called Akila and the Bee. Okay, Akila, her name was.
Yeah.
But my daughter went to school, and she was asked to write about a film or a book, and she told her teacher she wants to do Akila and the Bee. So the teacher said, you can't do that because it's not good. So she was saying it's a very good story. Now, if you ever see the story, it's a very good story. But because she couldn't pronounce it right, I can understand why her teacher wouldn't let her do it. And she was most upset when she came home. So I had to explain to her, it's because you didn't call the girl's name right. To your teacher thought it was Akila and the Bee. Like someone who kills. But her name was Akila. Do you understand? So names do have, you got to be careful what images you're putting in people's head when you call certain names. Go on.
Do you know there's certain names that they're called Trigger and Sniper?
Yes, I do.
And I went to tell my mum, my friend, there's that boy, a guy called DJ Sniper come and Trigger.
And what did she say?
What, are they gunman?
Do you understand what I'm saying now? and these, I don't know them personally, but I bet they're gentle guys,
Yeah.
And good character. But sometimes your name goes before you, and you got to think about what goes before you. So it's just a thought, especially to those of you who are having babies and you're going to think of babies' names. Just think about what name you're giving your child.
No, but the thing is, sometimes you get it from the street.
Yeah,
and how you behave or whatever. But
do you have to keep it?
No.
Just because the street call you that, do you have to take it on?
Well, most people call me Big Head.
Do you have to take it on?
No.
So okay, but when I come to, they call you Big Head. But if I'm saying to you, what's your name? Who are you? You're not gonna say Big Head, are you? Because I've never heard that from you, and look how long I've known you.
No, I don't. So that's what I was like. But some people call.
I won't tell you what they used to call me at school, but I definitely didn't take it on.
No,
but
that's that kind of names I've seen. And when my mum had to ask a question to one of them, so and find out why you named that.
What inspired you to keep that, that name and keep it? Yeah.
But it's I have to tell you off the air.
Okay. It's funny, because when I hear strange words, strange names, I do ask people what the names, what it means. And there's a young lady who I know, she's in her 20s now, but I remember I must have met her when she was about 12, and I was saying to her when I first heard her name, what does it mean? What does it mean? and I'll mention the name to you because it's such a lovely name. Her name's, and if anybody's got this name as well, you know, good on you. The name's Rafina, and it's such a lovely name. She didn't have a meaning for it. She did ask her mum, and her mum also hadn't have a meaning for it. But you know, it's just so nice to hear names with meanings, and a lot of the African names, they do have meanings, you know.
And then some people do call me, what's it, Gangster Youth.
You?
Gangster Youth.
But what part of you is gangster?
I don't know what part of gangster.
They don't know you. They don't know you. And I would want to know why somebody would want to call you that. What was the meaning behind it? Do you know the meaning behind it?
No, that's what I said. I don't know, because some people might come from the own, like, you know, they're not born here themselves. But I noticed some people would like come over here and start give us a name. It's like, huh? One Gangster Youths.
Yeah, but why do they call somebody like you? Because I don't know you. That's true. I don't know you very well. You know, not like bona fide, but from over the years I've known you. You don't get into trouble. You don't whatever. So you don't run around in gang. You don't. You know, so I can't understand why they would want to give you a name like that. Have you taken that on?
No.
Okay.
You don't
when they call you out gangster, do you turn around?
No, I don't turn around. It's like, because I'm already in the, it's like I could be in your shop.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm gangster you. And it's like, I just look around to see who you're talking to. Because, you know, I don't do badness. And ever since anybody know me, even the police know me, they never see me get into trouble.
That's what I'm saying.
So
mind what names people call you and what you want to take on for yourself. You know?
That's it. Yeah.
Mind you, somebody did. I used to call myself Leo, and somebody gave me the name Lady, but I kept that. I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah. And
it wasn't. It doesn't spoil my character. And if anything, it added to my character. You know, because if you've got a title of a lady, you have to take yourself in a certain way. You know, you can't be the type of woman in the fish market. Do you understand? You got to carry yourself, and I quite like that, and I kept it because it was quite fitting, if I say so myself.
And plus you are a Leo.
Yes, yeah. All right. Yes. So let me read out another Kwanzaa celebration for you. For those of you watching the time, it's just before 7 o'clock. We've got 1 minute to 7. This one is put on by, it's a fundraising event for 100 Black Men of London, and it's also for Positive Links. It's organised by Kwanzaa Network UK, and it's going to be taking place on Sunday, this Sunday, the 30th of December 2018. I know, going further back in I. It says here, fundraising for Positive Links, supported by the IVE Foundation. Okay, so it's a celebration and fundraiser, celebration of family, community and culture, and it's going to be from 4 p.m. to 9:30 at the Great Hall in Leighton, 1 Adelaide Road, London, E10 5NN. Entertainment for the young and the old, featuring singers, poets, drummers, dancers and children's performances. There's also going to have a karamu, which is what we call the community feast. There are stalls selling African products, so I beg you do, if you're coming, please walk with cash, because a lot of the stall holders don't all have card readers. Okay, so it's no point you just coming there empty-handed saying you've got a lot of money but it's all on your card. You might have to then nip out and go and find the nearest cash point. So do be aware that when you go to community events like this and there's an African market, do walk with some cash.
And the cash point do charge, isn't it?
Some do. It depends on where you go. It depends on if you go to places like Sainsbury's, Tesco's and things like that, yeah. But if you go to a little corner shop, they might charge £1.30 or £1.60. So, you know, make it easier for yourself. And do card readers charge?
I don't know. I don't really walk with my card like that.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure about that, but anyway. So for more information, I must say, let's be very, very clear, and I want to make sure this is very, very clear. All the stalls have gone. There are no more stalls available. So you have to listen out for next year, 2019, for a stall for this for the event on the 30th in Leighton. Contact number is 07946 670 That's 07946 670 or
slower, please.
07946 670 or 07591 747 987. That's 07591 747 987. Or you can contact Kwanzaa at ahnluton.org. Go on their website and you'll find more information, and you'll also find information of all the Kwanzaas in England. Also, www.ahnluton.org/Kwanzaa 2018. Now, down there, we're going to learn more about the Kwanzaa principles. I'll be doing a presentation about the Kwanzaa and the Kwanzaa principles for those of you who don't know fully much about Kwanzaa. We'll also have the lighting of the Kinara. That's wonderful because that's done with the children. We have different performances like Gold Onyx Kaomba, children's performance, Africa Bantu Saturday School, that's children's performance, Ukumbozi drummers, Cuban Red, who's a poet. Al Cablin's not going to be there. You got Dr. Gilbertha St. Rose, which is going to be doing a health presentation. Akebu is a vocalist. Nandi and Ayana, who are young singers. Actually, we have on our station Brother Jegna, who does the book reading on Sundays. His daughters are Nandi and Ayana, so they'll be singing, so you come down and meet them. Also, we have Giles, the poet. We have Imani, who's a young pianist. So do come down. We've also got awards given away by Ukumbozi and 100 Black Men of London, community awards and more. So do come down, enjoy yourself. I'll give you the address once again, which is Sunday the 30th of December 2018 from 4 to 9:30. And this is going to take place at the Great Hall in Leighton, 1 Adelaide Road, London E10 5NN. All right. So it'll be lovely to see you there. Lovely to support Positive Links and 100 Black Men of London. So in the fundraiser. So there. Oh yes, the prices, various prices on the night. Various prizes, admission fees. So you can work out which one you want, but it's all on the website when you go to book. So you got students and senior citizens, £5. Family of 4, which includes 3 children and 2 adults max, £20. Children 5 to 15, £2. Children 4 and under are free. Okay, so that's the admission, and it'll be lovely to see you. I'll be down there. Look out for the Gold Onyx stall, Gold Onyx, and that, so you can come and find me, and just say hello. Sorry.
And your sound system.
No, I'm not doing the music. No, I'm not doing the music. No sound system for he's so wanting to see the Gold Onyx sound system, but I'm sure when you see it, you know, you'll park up yours anyway. Just in case you're wondering which young man I've got sitting next to me, you might have looked on for the first time and hear myself, Lady Lee, on the Community Information Show here on blessradio.org, and you might be wondering, Oh, which young man has she got in? This is Ragga D. His show is from 2 to 4.
Oh, sometimes 1 o'clock and all these things.
You start at 1 today?
Sometimes.
What time did you start today?
I came in about 3 something.
Right.
God.
So 2 to 4, right? On a Friday, and he normally comes on before Cameo, who comes on before myself.
And I'm on Thursday too.
So he's also on Thursday. Tell him what time you're on Thursday.
2 till 6.
2 till 6. Yeah, so that's our very own. If you want to hear some lovely reggae music, that's our man, yeah? Ragga D here on blessradio.org, who's keeping me company today. He doesn't want to go home.
And I'll make sure you're in check. That's why. You know?
He is going to try and make sure that I'm in check. Can you believe that, listeners? Anyway, we'll say no more. Let me see if I can find another sweet Kwanzaa song, just to give you some idea of some of the tunes, because Ragga D was sitting next to me and said, oh, I didn't know there was songs for Kwanzaa. Yes, there's quite a lot of different songs for Kwanzaa songs. So I'm glad that I'm here to be able to play them for you, so that you hear some of these Kwanzaa songs. Here's another one.
Ready up in here. This is blessradio.org.
For the motherland, cradle of civilization, for the ancestors and their indomitable spirit, for the elders from whom we can learn much, for our youth who represent the promise for tomorrow, for our people, the original people, for our struggle and in remembrance of those who have struggled on our behalf, for Emoja, the principle of unity, which should guide us in all that we do. For the Creator, who provides all things, great and small. Happy Kwanzaa to you. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to you. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy
Yes, yes, yes. That is Happy Kwanzaa, and that was the group. That the group of that one was called, I think it's Image, which is EMAGE, Image, and that's called Happy Kwanzaa. Yeah, Image. Okay, so all about. Sorry.
I've heard of Emerge.
Emerge. No, this is Image, spelled differently. Just to give you some information about the Bade Fund, which is something that I'm promoting. I've been promoting last year. Actually, I've been promoting it quite a few since it started. We've got the Bade Fund, which it says here, power in numbers, all right? The Bade stands for Black African Economic Development Fund. The Bade Fund was set up in 2013 to help Black African communities set up businesses and partnerships in the UK, in Africa, and also around the world. Putting our pounds together ensures economic development and self-reliance for the entire Black community. So it's got here, let's unite and contribute today for our future. Yeah. So there's plenty of different ways you can contribute. They're asking for £52 for the year per person, one-off fee. Okay. But you can do that however you want. You can do that in a monthly installments. You can do that in weekly installments. Okay. £1 a week. You can go on their website, which is www.badefund.co.uk. That's www.badefund.co.uk. You can set up standing orders. You can just pay one off. It's however makes it comfortable for yourself. I do know that the Bade Fund has started giving organizations money already. So I want to say thank you to all those of you who have contributed to the Bade Fund. And maybe what we'll do is we'll get the Bade Fund team in again this year, because I think the last time they came in was the year before last, December 2017, just to give us an update of how far they've got at the moment. Yeah. And in talking about them coming in the year before last, let me just give a shout out to all those who took part in the show for 2000 and the community information show for 2018. On the 19th of January, we had an interview with Renako Rashidi, the international historian, essayist, author, and lecturer. We also had Kevin from New Dawn. He was giving out a call to men. It says, Men Call to Action. We also had on the 2nd of February, Barbara from Ultra Education. And on the 16th of February, we had Paul Mohammed from the Money Mob, and also Sister Esther from the Calabash Hub. On the 9th of March, we had Sister Kandaki from Instrumental Health. And on the 16th of March, we had Sister Francesca from Women's Empowerment Circle. On the 23rd of March, we had Samantha Greaves from Sickle Cell Support Group. Some of you might remember these interviews, wonderful interviews we had. On the 6th of April, we had Edison Abanji from Ancestral Essence. And on the 13th of April, we had Abe, Getting to Know You, it was called. On the 20th of April, we had Garth Andrews from Sound Connection Orchestra, which is a children's orchestra. And then on the 27th of April, we had Andrew Reid and Margaret Greer. Remember, they were running for running as local candidates in the elections. So they were doing politics, and we talked about why don't black people vote? Yeah. On the 4th of May, we had Lady Pearls she came in to help talk about liberation. And remember, from there, she ended up having her own show here on blessradio.org. And then we had, on the 11th of May, Abe came in again. And then on the 18th of May, we had Brother Tahaka from the Pan-African Congress Movement. 25th of May, we had it was African Holocaust Month. We had a phone call from Mohammed, African Mohammed, who was very instrumental in that show. And on the 8th of June, we had Brother Nia from the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools. And they have an event coming up in January, so I'm going to read that out before I leave. On the 15th of June, we had Ngoma and also Hugh Bellet. Ngoma is from the Writers Heritage Network, and Hugh Bellet was doing a black business recommendations fair. On the 22nd of June, we had Brother Bevis from Luton Black Men. And on the 13th of July, we had King Lion talking about his work with herbs and the Cancer Bush Org, and he's a herbalist. We also had where are we? On the 14th of September, we had Mario Goose. He was talking about the Jean-Jacques Dessalines Foundation, and it was run up to the 260th Earth Day of Jean-Jacques Dessalines from Haiti. On the 21st of September, we had Michael Williams from Biz Communications. On the 28th of September, we had Reverend Wendy Collington, and she was talking about her journey with dyslexia. On the 5th of October, we had Ngozi talking about her GoFundMe campaign for her daughter Amira, who had scoliosis. On the 12th of October, we had Brother D from the Holy Coptic Church, and they were talking about their seminars for the month of October. On the 19th of October, we had Constantine Bogle from the Paul Bogle Foundation in Jamaica. They had an event called Fire Baptism, and they were looking for 5 million candles in each country to be lit. Yeah, that's their aim. So each year they're going to be doing that so it reaches to 5 million candles lit around in each country around the world. And then on the 2nd of November, we had Sister Kandaki again with some more workshops that she was doing run by Instrumental Health. And on the 9th of November, we had Jack Bueller talking about the Remembrance Day Memorial. And then on the 16th of November, we had DJ Supreme. And we hadn't had any more guests taking part in the show since then. But you know what? We have our guests lined up for I think the second week in January for 2019. So that's already on the way. So I'm looking forward to all those interviews that we've got coming up so far, and many more to come. Now, if you have a community organization, if you have a business, if you have something that you want to shout about, feel free to contact the Community Information Show and have an interview with us. It's not a problem. As long as it fits the criteria, you'll be able to have your interview. Not a problem. This is the Community Information Show here on blessradio.org. You are listening to Lady Leo, who's your host, up until the hours of 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we should have the lovely lady herself. Always a pleasure to see her, DJ Lil. So it'd be lovely to see her when she comes. Just over, I think we've got just over half an hour left of the show before she'll be here joining you around the wheels of steel. Let's go to one more. Just play all these lovely Kwanzaa songs because they're so nice, you know. And Like I said before, I'm not sure if you're going to have the opportunity to hear any more of them for the rest of this year or even early next year. So you might not hear them till next year, December. So that's why we're playing them all for you now. Yeah. Yes, that was Kwanzaa, and that was by Quaver Music. Yeah, that's Kwanzaa celebration. I was just looking at the calendar for next week, and next week's date is the 4th of January. Okay, and I do have an engagement, so I may not be here. Yes, so I'm just giving you advance warning that you may have somebody sitting in here next week. When I say engagement, there's something I'd like to, there's an organization that I'd like to support, and I'm going to give you the information now, which is the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools. They are they have a database that if you have issues with your children regarding education, you can go on their website and look at where you can go. Yeah. So if your child is not performing well due to learning difficulties, you can contact their website, go on their website and look at who you can contact for support for your child. Also, if you're thinking of a Saturday school, they are the only database that I know of that lists all the schools in London for your child to attend on a Saturday, and also any other kind of supplementary schools. Yeah, they also do community groups and stuff like that. Like we're on it, the Gold Onyx Children's Cultural Film Club. You know, so if you're looking for certain things for your children, yes, you can look at the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools website. Yeah, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what they're going to be doing next week, Friday. Next week, Friday, is the 4th of January. And from 6 to 9:30, they've got their 2nd annual awards night. It was a wonderful, phenomenal night last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. Last year, yeah, October. So the second one is going to be January, as I said before, next week, Friday. The location for this is the Lewinson Centre. Lewinson Centre, 167 High Road, Willesden, London N10 2SG. I'll spell Lewinson for you. Lewinson. Lewinson Centre, 167 High Road, Willesden, London NW10 2SG. Don't ask what I'm looking at. This one's going to be hosted by Brother Malik Mohammed. That's funny. Last time it was hosted by Brother Andrew Mohammed. So this time it's Brother Malik Mohammed. And the awards categories are cultural education, community activism, and the NABS support, who supports the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools. Now, this event is free. It's free with food, entertainment, and prizes. Like I said to you before, the first one was phenomenal. I was honoured to be there and honoured to win an award as well. Not win an award, be given an award, yeah? Because it wasn't a win or lose situation. So if you'd like to know more, you can contact the NABS website. If you'd like to contribute, you can do so via the NABS website. If you'd like to contribute to the event, if you'd like to make a donation to the general organisation and a whole, again, contact the website, which is www.nabs, spelled NABSS. That's NABS, NABSS, because it stands for the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools. So it's www.nabss.org.uk. So if you want more information about the event, if you want to donate or contribute towards the event, you may. If you just want to donate towards the organisation, you can do that as well. So that is the information for the NABS week next week. Yeah, on the 4th. We've got some texts that have come through. So let me go and give you those, because it's nice to share those with you. Sister Miriam down there, wherever you are, wonderful to hear from you. She's put here, give thanks for your show throughout the year and years to come. So thank you, because she's looking into the future. So you can see that I'm going to be here in years to come. So thank you so much, Sister Miriam. You know, also we've got a thumbs up from Brother Minty. So thank you very much, Brother Minty. Yeah, those are some that's popped through. I didn't even notice that until somebody started ringing the phone. So once again, I apologize for my lateness in responding to those two texts. The Community Information Show, for those of you who don't know, is a show that we broadcast every week. It's a show that really just allows community groups who cannot afford to advertise to just share what they're doing, because we know that some of the community groups are not funded. Some of them rely on the little bit of money that's coming in. So just to let you know what they're doing, you know, this is a platform that you can share. In fact, to be very honest with you, the whole of Bless FM is geared to that. You know, it's not just the Community Information Show. It's, you know, most of the shows we do read out information, not just for the dancers and businesses, but also for the community groups, non-funded community groups, I should say. That's what I should be saying. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Non-funded community groups. Yeah. Still have Ragga D here keeping me company, telling me yes, that's a better way of saying it. Yes. So that's what the Community Information Show is designed for. Just that, community information. Yeah. We do stray from time to time, but hey, that's life. That's the road of life. Sometimes there's room for straying. As long as you can bring yourself back, that's the main thing. So once again, thank you. I want to say, you know what I'm looking for? You know what I cannot smell in here? You know what I can't smell in this studio?
What, the incense?
No, I cannot smell the rum cake. I cannot smell it. Now, where is the rum cake that we're supposed to be having as it's the last day of the year? Management! What's happening? What's happening? Yeah. You know, I'd love to know what's happened to the rum cake. Not so much the rum, but the rum cake.
Don't worry, I'm going to see if I can try and sort out something next year, you know?
Next year? I must wait 365 days for rum cake. Hello? Sorry.
You don't understand that I'm having a hard time since my party. Yeah, everyone takes my grandma's rum cake, and my phone's going off right now. And
so why didn't you organise something now? You knew I was coming in. He waits for me to sit down in the show, and there's no rum cake. Come on, come on.
No, but
management.
Remember, Granny don't do it for free, you know. So when she told me the price.
You sat down, innit? You sat down.
Yeah, well, it's not so much I sat down. I said, I know I'm gonna have to give her some money for that. So, and everybody else is putting their order in. So, then way there. So, you know, someone had to come and collect their one from my house yesterday. So, and things. So, you know what I mean. So, I'm gonna sort that out differently.
For some odd reason, I just made the wrong assumption. I just thought that there might be some. I mean, I don't drink the rum because I know that's in some studios you see rum and alcohol. I'm not one of those. But a little bit of rum cake, lovely, lovely. That succulent, juicy one. Oh, one you can lick your finger. You know. Anyway, sorry, it's community information show.
Don't worry. You see, the management already tasted grandma's rum cake already, and to, you know.
Okay, okay.
So that I'll sort it out differently.
So that's that. You know, that would have been a lovely wind down to the 2018, isn't it now? But you know what? You can't have everything your own way all the time, I suppose. So that's that. Yes. So as I said before, up next is the wonderful, lovely lady, Sister Lil. That's it. Yes, Sister Lil.
You're going to say Lady Leo, isn't it? Or something.
No, I wasn't going to say Lady Leo.
You would have got confused with yourself. It's like, oh, you're going to get into
you trying to say I get confused? When have you known me to be confused?
Yeah, you knew you said Lady Leo, man. I can see it coming out of you. Because the tongue's going to twist up from early, so...
Oh dear me!
Some of that rum you must have drank earlier or something.
No, maybe it's because I haven't had no rum cake while I'm acting like I need some.
Oh no, what's in that water you're drinking?
Just pure water, pure water.
Sure?
You heard the bottle bust open. You knew it was a brand new bottle.
No, you could have made that yourself, you know.
But then it wouldn't have gone click. It wouldn't have gone click when you open it.
You might have a water factory you have set up differently. What
Hello.
I don't know about.
You know what? I've allowed him to sit here. You know, it's not a problem. But you got to come correct. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Okay, right. You got to come correct.
No, man. Right. Because it's the last part of the year, innit, and things. So we have to have some, you know.
The Children's Cultural Film Club will be back in March of this year. Working on a couple of other things at the moment, and also taking time out for family.
Oh man.
But then we're back in March.
Oh, man.
So do watch out for that.
Making me cry.
You don't need to cry. You don't need to cry. It's all about growth, you know. Yeah, it's all about growth, reassessing, reevaluating, and coming back stronger than before. So in terms of where you're going to find me on a monthly basis, I can't really give you that right now. Only in March, from March onwards, back at the Children's Cultural Film Club. And we'll be, like I said, telling you about that more. I'm going to be at the Tulse Hill. I'll read that one out again for you. Kwanzaa event on tomorrow evening. If you're looking for your Kinara candles, do come to the stall that we're going to have, and also at the celebration on the 30th. I'm going to read those two out again before I leave, so you can come and say hi, hello, and let me know. You might have been listening throughout the year. You might have just been listening once. You know, it might be the first time. You can come and say hi to myself there on the Gold Onyx store, Lady Leo. And also, if you have any leaflets that you want me to read out for you, walk with them. Yeah, I'll take a leaflet and read it out for you. Any leaflets to do with anything that you would like to, that you're promoting, that you're a part of, you can do that when I'm on my travels. I hope next year, though, to be out a bit more than this year. This year, you know, you sort of have to watch family and whatever, because, you know, I've got teenagers, so, you know, and yeah, they're settling into certain projects and things like that. So now that they're more settled, I can look at other things like being out on the street in terms of community events, not on the street as on the street, but and it's, what are you giggling about? But, you know, in terms of community activities and things like that. This man's grinning away his teeth, you know. What are you laughing at now?
No, I just listen to say you're gonna be on the streets.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out on the street a bit more. So you more approachable for the community, yeah. As you know, one of my main things is all about nation building, all about being together, all about treating each other with respect, with love and compassion. This is what we need to get back to. Treating everybody with love and compassion. Maybe once our young people will see us doing that a bit more, they might start to think, well, maybe they can do it too. You know, just show a little bit more love, show a little bit more kindness, show a little bit more compassion for one another. And like I said to all of you, time and time again, and I'm going to say it today, am I my brother's keeper? Of course you are. Without a shadow of a doubt, of course you are. Because when you're your brother's keeper, your brother will keep you. Okay? So you can't expect your brother to be your keeper and you ain't keeping him. It don't work like that. And when I say brother, I'm also talking about our sisters out there. You take time with the men then, because they need a bit more care. They're not as strong emotionally as us, really. I would say I'm not having a dig, but you know, just when you come to look at things emotionally, I don't think that they're as strong as us. So therefore, we need to be show a bit more compassion for them. You know, they are having a hard time. They're getting beat down left, right, and centre. We are too. But they're getting beat down left, right, and centre, and they're supposed to be the ones who's protecting us, not because we're weaker, but because we are precious. Do you understand? So therefore, how do we expect them to fulfill their role when they're not given the support to do so? So that's just my feeling. I could be totally wrong, but maybe if we explore that, because if we try that, maybe it might work. You know, just to show a bit more care and a bit more encouragement. Because Lord knows a lot of them need encouraging, you know, because they're supposed to be the ones who's leading us, you know, leading us. I'm not saying women can't be leaders, but, you know, they say behind every good man is a strong man is a good woman. Now, we need to be the good woman to get them to be strong. Do you understand? In my view, prop them up, you know, encourage them, because we need to come from where we are. Where we are right now isn't a good place. Our community needs a lot of healing in every which way. You know, our children are one way, our men are another way, our women are this. We need to come together, and don't forget the elders. A lot of time I see a lot of you putting on events and you don't even take time out to think about the elders. You know, when you're booking your halls and we've got to, you know, I'm walking up these stairs and I'm carrying all my weight and I'm thinking to myself, Lord, am I going to make it to the top? And then I think about my elders who's have to struggle behind me. Now, come and think about the venues that we're got, and we want to think about that for our elders as well as our children. You know, think about, you know,
wheelchair users.
Yes. Oh, yes. Even wheelchair users. Exactly. We hardly use any venues. I can't see none of our venues as wheelchair users venues, which is sad.
Not unless they're old and brought down.
Yeah,
but apart from that, I haven't seen no new places where it's like,
You know, put in a ramp. Just get somebody to slap down some cement and stuff. You know, not a lot, because I remember doing a cementing for. I bought an outside, what do you call it? Shed, and it had to be mounted on a slab. So I got someone £60. The man charged me just £60. So imagine a ramp now, just one of them concrete slab kind of thing ramp. You know, I'm sure you can get someone in the community to do it, maybe for even less than £60. So think about what we're doing. Think about who are we here to serve. You know, that's what we're all put on this planet for, and a lot of us don't realize this. We're all here to serve. Who are you serving? Who? Think about it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to think. Food for thought. You know, in terms of the elders, you know, you might want to put on an event for the elders. But most elders that I know like to go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock. Like to be in their bed. So therefore, if you're putting an event for elders, you can't put an event at 8 o'clock. Do you understand? Or it starts at 7 and it's not warmed up till 8:30 and whatever. You got to think about that, because these elders have to get back home. A lot of them are independent, and like to do for themselves and make their own way. So please be more thoughtful, especially on the winter months when it's getting later, dark earlier. Sorry, you know, how are our elders getting home? You've put an event for elders. How are they getting home?
And some people are night blind.
Yes.
And some people have to get back for their carers to put in their dinner for 5 o'clock.
You know, think about these things. Think about these things. We want to incorporate the whole of the community. We need to get back to our community events. Mum, dad, children, and the elders. Not just certain age group all the time, saying the same thing year in, year out. You know, think about how we can move forward. How can we take what we've done this year? How can we take the teachings and the learnings and the experiences that we've got this year in 2018 and move it forward for next year, so somebody can say, I'm glad to be here. I was glad I attended. I learned something different. They did something different.
Yep.
Make sure that things are, when you put on an event and people have to pay for the event, make sure that when they've paid their money, you know, when you go to lie down in your bed at night, you're not just saying, oh, we made our money back, but you're saying they got value for money. Think about these things, because all these things help to strengthen the community and take us forward. Yeah?
It's like me being at the bike shop. I help people. We teach them how to ride bicycles and all that. The ones, even if you're 9 or 10 or 11, some of them don't know how to ride bike at all, and they come to us to teach them how to ride bicycles. Do
you do bicycle maintenance as well? Because that would be good, because when a young person's on the street and they get a puncture or whatever, they should be able to, depending on who they are, obviously the age group, take off their puncture and do it, not just ride the bike walk with the bike all the way home.
No, they can like, even if you put your children there, and sometimes we talk to the children on the side and say, all right, what are you gonna do? Do you know how to fix a bike and all them things? And we will teach them and all that, and say, like, you know, so if you want to earn money, them way there as well.
You do workshops.
Yeah.
So if you don't do workshops, where's the leaflets that I should be reading out to the community? I did
ask them, you know. So
tell them that Lady Leo is willing to read out any leaflets for any workshops you're doing.
So
let them know this.
Yeah. So and plus,
because everybody wants a bike these days, and young people should learn how to do that. Even down to something like changing your tires on your car, just basic things. Yep. You know.
Because sometimes even your own parents don't know how to do it. Your dad, cause I seen when dad tell a lie, said they can pump up a bike. Yeah, the man looking on YouTube,
everything's on YouTube. I was putting a bed together yesterday for my son, and we just normally, you know the wooden slats that go across the bed. We just normally nailed them in one by one, but this one, it came all like connected with the rope or the string or the thing. So I put it on the bed, and I'm saying, I wonder if they go underneath the slats or on top of the slats. And I didn't know. So, Amy to my son, YouTube. And he just looked at me and laughed, And it went on YouTube, and I realised which way he's supposed to do it. Nearly everything's on YouTube these days. Yeah. So if you have to go on YouTube, you go on YouTube and learn to do things. Get yourselves out of
trouble.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Cause we do see all of these things at the bike shop, and people bring some bikes to us, and I have to look properly. I know I can't see properly, but hold on, why are the handlebars back to front? Or sometimes I do ask, which shop did you go to, or who done the bike, or if they will mention Halfords, or they'll mention a friend. That's a friend, and it's like, what? Boy, the friend looked like he didn't like you. Could the forks are back to front or something like that? Then, so we have to do all those things. And the plus they do hire bikes for families just in case like you don't like riding on the road. So you can just ride around our park that at the Rockstones there as well. So because some people say they live Edmonton, but I'm gonna come all the way here to ride bicycles. That's what people tell me. So and all those things there. So alright, they're gonna come around and pay the little money to ride around. Because I noticed since I've been there, the Jewish community come.
Okay.
And when the Jewish community come, it's not a little family. It's like one lady might come with about 3 children. By the time I take off my jacket, oh man, where did the million come in? It's like a whole lot of millions. So I try and work with one family what I can, so I can straighten up their seats and all that. Cause you have to level off your seats then, because all different heights of you. Remember, all of you are different heights, so, once I sort out the saddles and all that, and we're good to go. So, but everyone's welcome, even children, even, we have people who do community service there as well. So, so sometimes you might get sent there to do work of bikes, even if it's not your thing, but you're there. All them things there, so. It keeps you off the street though.
That's good.
Yeah, it keeps you off the street, and you get to see all different bikes there. And brand new ones, old ones, second hand, and all these things. You have bikes sit down in your yard, you just bring that. Cause I heard enough people say they got 8 bikes and they're going to chuck this away and chuck that. And it come in handy for us. And as long as it's good, then you can sell it, you could sell it and make a money or whatever. But it's all good. And that's part of the community what I do help when I'm not here playing the music.
Okay.
I love the music, but
sometimes you've got to do other things as well. Yeah.
And I've done gardening in my life.
I should actually interview you today, shouldn't I? To get to know, because your listeners, they just maybe know you as playing music, and they maybe don't know the other skills and qualities that you have. Well, so if you want to share that, it's not a problem.
Yeah, but some people see me when they're on the bus, and they say, I didn't know you were over there and all them things there. But since I've been at the bike shop, I hear there's a next bike shop down at Selby Centre.
Okay.
Because they heard me mention Rockstone here. They start people's hitting that on me. Say, mention my bike shop as well. So
why not?
Yeah, I mean, so it shows you that this is how powerful radio is, and we're so I know I love my raves and all them things, but I do use some of them to go and look at certain places. No, because if there's no wheelchair accessible and lift now work, and we've never been in this place, so we have to look and see what's what, and say, if that's worth a place to go in, if it's worth the money. Because sometimes I do bring a couple of our wheelchair friends to, to your
you have, you brought quite a few people with disabilities to the Children's Culture Club.
And they don't live they don't live in the north side, they live east side. You know what I mean? So, and they say that, alright then, that's what I'm saying. And then to them, 1 or 2 might think it's a rave. But they don't get upset about it, but they enjoy it. Because you might be doing, because the stalls all got different things in there, so cause they don't see them things in the area where they are, or over in Hackney or whatever. And if it is over there, we don't hear about it down this side in them way there. So I try and bring the word out, and that's why you see how we WhatsApp everything and whatever, and work with everybody.
That's right.
Like
It is all about everybody, and it is all about doing things that's inclusive. You know, a lot of us, we put on events, and without knowing it, we've excluded a whole heap of people. We've excluded young people. We've excluded younger people, should I say?
Yeah.
We've excluded older people. We've excluded people with disabilities. And, we're not even thinking, so how can we be inclusive? What are we thinking about? Those of you who are thinking of setting up your own community spaces, think about these things. Think about who is your target audience? Who are you excluding? Because sometimes you might have a target audience, but other people. I remember one time I was doing when we was doing the community Children's Cultural Film Club back in I think it was 2010-11. A woman phoned me up and asked me if she can come, and I said, yeah, anybody can come. She said she's not a child though, she's an adult. I said, that's fine. She goes, can I bring my cousin? I said, yes, bring your cousin. But I thought her cousin was a young person. When we got there, her cousin was in his 50s and he had had a stroke. So he walked, like his mobility was a bit slow. And he didn't pick up his leg, he sort of like shuffled his feet. And I was just glad that the venue that I had was able to cater for that. Because sometimes when people ask me, can they bring, I forget to say, has the person got a disability? Do you understand?
Yeah. So
we need to think about these things for the type of venues that we're having. If we've got venues already, and if they can be, and they haven't got wheelchair access, look at how we can adapt it. There are organisations that you can approach for funding if you can't do it out of the budget that you've got. Look at how you can adapt it for people who are wheelchair users. Look at how you can adapt it for a woman who might come in with a couple of toddlers and a baby in a pushchair, sorry. Yeah. Look at how you can adapt it. We need to be going forward and not putting up with the same thing in and out, year in, year out, year in, year out.
Well, I do hear when I do listen to adverts and there's got raves, they don't mention wheelchair
access. That they don't.
Because I know Tottenham Green, everyone's using them the most.
Yeah.
And they don't mention wheelchair access.
But they have got wheelchair access.
Yeah. It's got the lift work, and they use the floor downstairs sometimes. And all them things there, and it's like, all right then. Because I'll go in there and I'll go to the gym in there as well. And things, so it's like, I know what's going on in there. And things, so, I know about the culture centre. I know the lift don't work.
The lift doesn't work, and it's funny because where I'm living, I've been living for 15 years now. And before I moved there, I remember hearing fundraising for a lift, to repair the lift in the West Indian Cultural Centre.
I think it was.
Now, one thing I don't know, well, I never knew it had a lift before then. I thought they were going to put in a lift. I didn't realise that they need to fix the lift. Now, one of the things that I didn't know was how much are they looking to raise, number one, and how far of that target did they get? Because it is needed. I mean, I went to an event there the day before yesterday, Wednesday, and it was very much needed. You've got elders coming in there, taking their time going up them stairs.
Yep.
And that to me is not helpful if there's a lift there. I mean, maybe that's something that I will investigate for 2019. What is the target for a lift? How much? I mean, that was over 15 years ago. So I'm just thinking, what is it now to repair that lift? Or it might need to be replaced, the lift. Do you understand? Yeah. And get that moving again. Because I think if we can get that moving again, more people would use that venue. Because where I am we have the Children's Culture Film Club down in there. and we have it downstairs in a small library, you know. But I don't like the idea of going upstairs because of the amount of equipment for the Children's Cultural Film Club that we have to be taking upstairs. So, with saying that now, let's type now because we only got about 4 minutes left. Haven't seen Lady Lil yet, but I'm sure she's Lady Lil.
You said Lil.
Might be nearby. So I'm just going to read again the 2 community events that is happening.
She's behind you.
Oh, see, I told you she's here. That 2 events that we got for this coming Kwanzaa week. Which is the one in Tulse Hill, South London, and that is going to be taking place tomorrow, run by the Africa Bantu Saturday School. 29th of December, that's tomorrow, 4 p.m, St Martin's Community Centre, Abbots Park, St Martin's Estate, Upper Tulse Hill, which is London, SW2 3PW. And we've also got the celebration up in Leighton, run by the Kwanzaa Network UK, which is a fundraiser for 100 Batmen of London and the Positive Links. Yes, this event is going to be taking place on Sunday, the 30th of December, 4 till 9:30. The Great Hall, Leighton, 1 Adelaide Road, London, E10 5NN. Okay, entertainment for the young and the old at both these events. These are the 2 Kwanzaa events in London that are taking place. Like Lady Lil's here, stringing up her things, so she'll be ready very shortly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign out. I'm going to say it has been a wonderful year. I'm going to say thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your calls if you called in over the year. Thanks for your community news that you've sent in to share. Thanks for being there. Thanks for supporting Gold Onyx, which is what my organisation. Thanks for supporting the children of Gold Onyx. Thanks. Just thank you. Yeah, that's what it's about. Thanking you, the community on the other side of this mic. You want to say goodbye to anybody again for the second time?
Goodbye, masters. I'll be back next week, 2 till 6 on Thursday and Friday. Boy, from we start from all 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, we just roll through. Until
it might be till 6 and it might be till 8 because the NABS Awards is next week.
You know what I mean?
All right. So we're going to say goodbye and we're going to put the ads on for today.
We're going to see if we can stream it, innit?
Stream who?
Stream it from wherever.
Oh, you know what? Somebody asked me about that, but I don't know how to do streaming. So I got this strap. Yeah. Okay. So Lady Lil is ready, so we're gonna sign out. Thank you. Enjoy your 2018 for the last couple of days. Be sober, be safe, look out for one another, and I'll see you on the I'll speak to you next year. Yeah, speak to you next year.
Yeah, same answer. Yeah.
No cigarette smoking in my room. Yeah. I still want Marley. Bless FM radio, play good.
This is called the cancer bush.
Oh, I've heard of this. The cancer bush.
It is from nature that diseases arise, and from nature comes the cure. Dr. Paracelsus. Cancer bush, the hidden herb that supports and treats cancer patients, is brought to you by Mother Nature's traditional herbal remedies. Cancer bush is the miracle herb and can also treat these following conditions: cancer, chronic fatigue, depression, diabetes type 2, piles, hot flushes, gonorrhea, syphilis, hemorrhoids, chlamydia, rheumatoid arthritis, tuberculosis, HIV/AIDS, mental stress, lupus influenza, swine flu, and more. To find out more, and if you or a loved one are suffering from the following conditions, please head over to our website on www.cancerbush.org.uk. If you'd like to email us, please email at info@cancerbush.org.uk. You can also call us on 0208 993 4870. That's 0208 993 4870. Or 07943 144 544. That's 07943 144 544. Cancer Bush, the miracle herb.
African people, if we would like to own our own schools, our own businesses, our own community development and skill centres, our own banqueting suites, police our own communities and stop knife and gun crimes, give £1 or more per week to the Bade Fund. Please give generously today and remember our children and grandchildren's future is our responsibility. The Bade Fund, our future is our business. To contribute to the Bade Fund, go to www.baedfund.co.uk